Hello everybody. So my good friend Laura asked me yesterday after I posted my bread and then I posted the recipe to those who asked. She asked if I could do a tutorial about the bread. I'm in no way a professional chef or baker or cook. I generally burn popcorn, but let's give it a try. So as you can see, I've even dollied myself up. I don't even put makeup on for my husband, so please feel very, very special right now. Okay, so I'm literally going to be doing this from scratch. I've never done a video like this before, so there's probably going to be loads of glitches and all sorts of things, but hope you stick around and yeah, let's have some fun. So the first thing in our recipe, okay, I suppose I better read the ingredients, okay? So we need one egg yolk, 500 grams or 1 pound 2 ounces of white strong flour. So cake wheat flour. Seriously, I'm not fussy. 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of sugar, and 1 teaspoon easy blend dried yeast. I just have this yeast, good old Anchor yeast. I know there's certain yeasts that aren't being manufactured and sold anymore because all you naughty home brewers are making your pineapple beer and all of that. But this yeast will work just fine. It worked yesterday and I kept it in the fridge. I read online that you keep open yeast in the fridge or even closed yeast in sealed yeast packets in the fridge. It just helps it last longer, stay fresher, etc. So I've got my yeast and 25 grams or 1 ounce of butter diced. Oh, sunflower oil. I forgot the sunflower oil. There we go. Got my sunflower oil somewhere on here. Oh gosh. Trying to be prepared. Trying. Okay. So the first thing we need to do is place the egg and the egg yolk in a jug. Hang on a second. Just hang on. Me being domestic requires intervention of the alcoholic kind. I suppose I better be civilized and drink out of a wine glass. And seeing as it is 5 o'clock in the afternoon somewhere in the world, join me with a glass of wine as we attempt to bake bread. But please don't add the wine to your bread. That would just be silly.
You can if you want to.
Go then. Alright. So, come here. Alright. Let's put that there. Okay, so we're going to take 1 egg and an egg yolk and mix it together. Alright, so 1 egg. But now I need a little container. Oh, there we go. This will do just fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my other egg. It's actually a cup measure, 250 ml cup measure. I'm going to just break it like that. I didn't take home ec as a subject in high school. If it's so gooey. Okay. Go. Okay, it did say yolk. Yes, it did. Okay, so once you have done that, put the egg white to one side. You don't need it, so I generally just give mine to my dog. She loves it. It then says, place egg and egg yolk in a jug and beat lightly to mix. Add enough lukewarm water to make up 300 ml or 10 flow ounces. Stir well. So first I'm going to do, please excuse my little beater, the other beater broke off a while back, but it works, so it's fine, it's fine. So we're just going to mix our eggs. Pretty sure it's scrambled. Now we need lukewarm water up to 300 ml. And I promise I know where the 300 ml is here. It's a very old jug, but I know. So just give me a second. That's too hot. Right, so promise. I thought I should have had the lukewarm water ready, hey? Okay. And I think I just got water. Oh no. Oh, anyway. Oh, I just got lipstick on my glasses. Okay. Anyway. Do your schoolwork, young lady.
No.
Okay, so now that we've done that, just that's it. That's the first and last time you'll use your little mixer. Okay.
Yeah.
One.
Are you gonna drink one?
Okay. Oh goodness, seriously? Right. Big mixing bowl. Place the flour, salt, sugar, and yeast in a large bowl. Right. So we need to measure out our flour. Because the salt, sugar, and yeast is it's spoons, it's measurements, that's fine. So I have my scale here. Oh, let's not do that. Scale. Let's put that little bad boy on. Oh, now I need another container. Well, it's a lunch container, but it's a container. So I'm just going to put that there. Don't forget, guys, if you put the container on after you've put your scale on, you need to zero it. Okay, otherwise it's going to take the weight of your container. It's going to add it to the weight of the flour, and then you'll think you'll have half a kilo of flour, but you've only got, in this case, like 340 grams. Yes. Okay, so take our flour. And we measure out half a kilo. There's no need to sieve or anything like that, guys. Eh, 509 grams. I'm sure the bread will survive. Okay, I do try and clean as I go. So let's put away. I can't put the flour away. We need it to lightly dust our tabletop when we knead the bread. The dough. I mean, let me just throw the eggshells away. Clean as I go. Oh, anyway. Okay, so measure out our flour. That goes in our large bowl. Okay. I'm not going to need my scale anymore, so that can go off. Right, flour, salt, and sugar. So, 1.5 teaspoons of salt. I'm here. Okay, there's the one. And don't measure over your bowl. Because if you have an oopsie, then you'll have too much of the stuff go in. But it's salt, so it's fine. Okay, so that was 1.5 teaspoons of salt and 2 teaspoons of sugar. So now I think I used white sugar yesterday, but today I'm using brown sugar, and I'm sure it'll be fine. If it isn't, well, whatever. Okay, 2 spoons of sugar and 1 teaspoon of our yeast. Okay, and honestly, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move you guys over here. Yeah, no. Oh god, my recipe book's going as well. Okay, I will show you what it looks like just now. Okay, I need the yeast, okay? So I've got good old Anchor yeast over here. That is the teaspoon. Okay, Hey, it's weird looking stuff. It really, really is. My word. Okay. Teaspoon of yeast. Let's put our salt and yeast away. Okay, then what the recipe says is, okay, place the flour, salt, sugar, and yeast in a large bowl. Add the butter and rub it in with your fingertips. My favorite part. As my family and good friends know, I'm not a very hands-on person. I generally use gloves, but I discovered yesterday that it sticks to the gloves, and yeah, it unfortunately doesn't work. So I had to get my hands dirty, but it actually wasn't very sticky on the skin. It was sticky on the gloves, but not on the skin. So anyway, I'm gonna take my watch off. 25 grams of butter. I do have my butter here, but I took it out a bit late, so it's still a bit hard. So I'm just going to shave it down. I did that yesterday and it worked out quite well. Back to my trusty scale over here. Put it on. Put my container and zero it. Enough. Okay, and now you need to get 25 grams of butter. I generally buy unsalted butter to bake with. I was following this guy on Twitter. He's an amazing chef. Losejo, I think his name is. And he's just, oh, he's incredible. And he did a whole baking thread a while back. And he basically said that if the recipe calls for white sugar, it's always calling for caster sugar, believe it or not. Because that's fine, very, very fine. It's more processed than normal white sugar. And then he said, you know, when a recipe calls for unsalted butter, always try your very best to have unsalted butter. It's called for a reason. So I just generally buy unsalted. Oh, my scale went off. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Oops. So let's just get the butter out. Put our container back on. I think when I bash down, I'll put it off. Me and a knife. Let's zero it. Zero. No. Zero. Okay. Put the butter that I've already cut. That is 19 grams. Ah! Okay, it didn't go off. Still 19 grams. Okay. Oh, I really just don't like using my fingers. 24 grams. And... Ah, yeah, little bugger. Trying not to swear on my video. 25 grams of butter. Okay. Alright, so let's fold up my little butter. And he can go back in the fridge. So this is basically what, let me get the scale out the way. This is what my 25 grams of butter looks like. It is shaved, so it's nice and thin because, as I said, I took it out the fridge a bit too late. So it was still quite hard. But that's generally only a problem when you're making icing or you need the butter for other things. Okay, so now comes my favorite part, which is the mixing of it all. And it says here, add the butter and rub it in with your fingertips until the mixture resembles breadcrumbs. Cool. So let's do that. I really, really don't enjoy this part. Just, I think because it goes on my fingertips. And, I mean, my fingernails. Oh my God. Just having a moment. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Oh my God. I apologize. Okay, so I can still feel significant pieces of butter. So I'm just trying to break it down a bit more. It is sort of getting a little bit breadcrumby, but nothing. I noticed yesterday it didn't get too breadcrumby either. And the bread came out freaking delicious. So just trying to break down the butter as much as I can. I can still feel the odd small piece here and there. Just trying to mix it as best as possible.
Must be crumbly.
Yes,
Fully mixed.
Listen, who made the bread yesterday?
Okay.
I'm sure Daddy
in one arm.
No, Daddy did not help. I made it by my ice, meaning by myself. For my non-South African followers, which I think there's like 3 of you. Hey, thank you. Okay, so I think, sorry, I'm so short and yeah, anyway. Okay, so I'm pretty satisfied that the butter has been completely worked in. I'm gonna lift it up for you now. Ugh, can't stand my hands like this. So this is generally basically what my mixture looks like. I won't really say breadcrumbs in a sense, but I can't feel any more butter in there. So I'm pretty satisfied. It feels basically how it felt yesterday. So yeah, so now what we're gonna do is add in our wet mixture. So it says here, after we've mixed in the butter until the mixture resembles breadcrumbs, make a well in the center, add the egg mixture, and work to a smooth dough. And I must say, it actually becomes a dough really, really quickly. I was like, wow, yesterday. I couldn't believe it. It doesn't work, it sticks to it. I tried yesterday. Lee's just bringing me gloves because he knows I really, really, really don't like working with getting my hands dirty like this. But yeah, the things we do, the things we enjoy. So here's my egg mixture. Remember, it was 1 full egg, 1 egg yolk, and then topped up with lukewarm water to 300 mils to make a total of 300 mils. So I've made, I can't lift it up. I suppose I can show you with my phone. I'll just get flour all over my phone, whatever. So I've made a well there in my mixture. Okay, sorry, I'm just getting that. Oh gosh.
Just remember, temperature is very important. Warmth.
Listen, who's making the video here?
You.
Get out. Right. But yes, he's right. So once the yeast has become activated, and temperature is vitally important. It responds so well to heat. Oh, please can you just put the oven on 100 for me? I forgot. So yesterday when I was proving, I'm so fancy. When I was proving the first time my dough, I put it calls for a damp a dishcloth. And I wet it in warm water, put it over the bowl, and then covered it in plastic so that the heat could build. But it wasn't quite, I mean, it rose, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't quite risen, it could have risen more. So what I decided to do today is put the oven on 105. I asked for 100, but anyway. So I decided to preheat the oven, just to like 105 degrees centigrade, not Fahrenheit, just to get it warm so that the yeast really goes like something like that. Okay, so let's make our dough. Okay, what?
Cold temperature kills heat.
Yes, but what I'm trying to say is cold temperature kills yeast. So then why do they say keep your yeast in the fridge if you're not using it?
Because it's not activated yet. It hasn't got the sugars with it to consume.
There we go. So yeah, right. So now I've made my well and I'm pouring my egg. Oh, raw egg. Yay, my favorite. Anyway. Okay, right, before we dig in, some liquid luck. Okay, so we now work to a smooth dough. Whoa. I must say, this yesterday when I was doing this, I did have gloves on at this point. It was quite difficult though because it kept sticking. And I had those like deli gloves on. You know when you go to the deli and you get your cold meats and things like that? It's those flimsy plastic gloves. And it was just like sticking and it wasn't pleasant at all. So then I took those off and I put on a pair of the...
Latex gloves.
Oh my word! The single-use latex gloves. You know, like when you go to your doctor and he sticks a thermometer somewhere and he puts those blue gloves on, those ones. But yeah, the dough was sticking as well. So I was just like, you know what, I guess I have to get my hands dirty. So I made dough yesterday with my actual hands. And I must, it's sticking today. But yeah, it's awesome. And then you just got to work it all in. It does eventually sort of unstick, but it gets to a point where it doesn't want to take any more of the flour, so you've got to like really, like, you will go in. And then it starts to like not stick so much. Okay, the oven's at like 105. Because I mean, I don't want to bake my dough is just to get the oven warm enough, because it's got to sit for an hour. Prove, whatever the hell it is, man. God, I'm not a baker. I already said I'm not a baker. But it's got to do that for an hour to rise. Let the yeast do its thing. So yeah, obviously you don't want it too warm because you're not baking the dough yet. This is just a little bit of a nightmare going on here. But I mean, it's good. I'm working it. Work it. Yeah, anyway. Oh crap. I'm supposed to keep it in the bowl. Okay. So there's still quite a bit of flour. I know it's quite boring. Don't even know if this part's going to make it into the video. Not that I know how to edit a video. But I've downloaded an app. So hopefully I'll be able to get rid of all the boring oopsie parts. Or you might just get lumped with a really long video that I speed up. But it's quite nice because, I mean, if you're following me step by step, we're basically doing this together. And hopefully your dough is kind of misbehaving like mine is. It's like, damn it, flour, just go in. Okay, we're getting there. We are getting there. We're getting there. Lee? Don't worry. He has turned the oven off. Got it to temperature and then it beeped, and I didn't realize he had turned it off. Because as I said, I just wanted to heat the oven up. I don't want to cook the dough. You're not cooking it yet. That part's coming. So yeah, I'm trying to just get the last of the flour sucked up. There's a little bit, not much. There's just a little bit left in here. See, and now it's starting to like not stick so much. Because I just want to get the last of it up so that I can get it out the bowl and work it on the surface of the counter, because that's the fun part. I must say, I was doing it yesterday. I've never really, maybe when I was younger, but I don't recall ever really kneading dough or doing much with my hands. Baking, yes, with my mum and stuff. But yeah, not one to use my hands. And even like Play-Doh, oh, can't stand it. Okay, so anyway, before I continue, so there's my dough. My bowl kind of looks like that. Managed to get most of the flour out. Guys, before you put your dough on your counter, you must, oh, my glasses are falling down. I really don't feel like dough on my face. You must lightly flour your surface, otherwise it is going to stick and it's going to suck. Okay, so flour. Then I just did that. Okay. Go. Right, so we now take our dough ball. Oh my god, I'm gonna have another shower after this. Yes, love? And now we work our dough. And what I'm gonna do is, with my doughy hands, I'm gonna take my phone. I'm gonna put it like that, so you can actually see how I'm working it. And it says here, turn out onto a lightly floured work surface and knead well for about 10 minutes. So obviously, no love, thank you. I'm fine. Obviously, I'm not going to expect you to watch me kneading dough for 10 minutes. And I will try and edit this out of the video. But yeah, it's very important to knead your dough. Make sure everything's mixed properly. And then, yeah, in a good 10 minutes, it just means that everything's getting mixed. And yes, I know this camera angle is really, not really, really conducive to like a family show. But anyway, I found kneading the dough so almost therapeutic in a sense. Sorry, I'm just trying to get all the pieces off my hands. I absolutely loved it. It was just like yesterday, okay, apart from being horribly unfit and out of breath, I just got into like this rhythm and it was just awesome. I absolutely loved it, and just sort of focused on the bread, on the dough, kneading it. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm doing it right. I haven't been to culinary school. I know chefs study for years and they go through exams and things like that, and I'm just picking up a recipe book and making this bread. But oh, it's getting a bit sticky again. But you know, I'm loving it. Oh god, I'm getting so much flour everywhere. Yeah, just yesterday was a bit of a crazy day in the kitchen for me. I went a bit mad. My mom came for supper. She made the butternut soup that went with my lovely bread. She was like, why did you bake everything in one day? And I was like, well, you know, I gotta be in my bonnet, and when I set my mind to something and get it done, otherwise I'm generally not going to get it done. So, yeah. And I know in cooking shows they generally edit all this out, but I mean, as I said, if you are watching this little tutorial and doing this step by step with me, we're kind of keeping each other company. As boring as I'm sure this is. Oh my gosh. So what I'm thinking of doing, I'm definitely going to post this to my Instagram. It'll go onto IGTV because obviously it's far too long to be just a normal Instagram video. And then I'll probably put it on my Facebook. I do have a YouTube channel, but it's got like no followers. And the stuff I've posted there is really silly and all that. But maybe I'll post this there. I don't know, I'm just enjoying it. As much as I say I am a bake from the box mum, I just want to do this, guys. Lift up so you're not looking at my chest the whole time. As much as I say I am a bake from the box mum, there's something about taking the ingredients and mixing it and getting something out that, you know, you've made from scratch. No one's pre-mixed it, no one's pre-measured it. You've done it. It was definitely a sense of accomplishment for me. I was like in the oven going, watching it, and I was like, no, it's going all right. 5 minutes later, oh my god, that's a big loaf of bread. I couldn't believe how much it had risen. And I mean, it is a process. Bread is definitely a process because you have to get the hard work out of your life. Wine me.
Wine you.
Oh, God. You have to, you know, knead the dough and all that. But then, like you'll see, once this is kneaded for 10 minutes, there is a 1 hour proving time where we can just drink wine, I suppose. And then after that, we knead it for like another minute or so. And then stretch it out. You got to have your bread tin. And you stretch it out so that it's the length of the bread tin and 3 times the width of the bread tin. Because, oh, starting to get sticky again. Because then what you do is you fold it, and I will show you how. On my loaf yesterday, you could see where I had folded it, I must say. The picture that I posted on all my social media, you couldn't see the fold. I made sure that I took a picture of the other side. But I mean, it still tasted delicious. It was just amazing. It really, really, really was. Morgan, can you go get me a clean dishcloth so that I can wet it? No, I'll clean up just now. The cleanup happens off camera, hey? Oh god, there's so much flour everywhere. Oh. But yeah, so I think we are
High five.
almost done. Got one, okay, just put it one side for me, love, because I've got to wet it. Okay, I think we are almost done kneading this, maybe another minute or so. I watch Jennifer Garner on Instagram. She's got her own non-cooking or non-chef channel or something like that, and she's absolutely amazing. Love her. I just love the fact that she's like so normal. Yeah, she's a celebrity, she's made movies and she's famous and she's beautiful and all that, but she's just normal, you know. She gets her hands dirty and she makes things for her kids, and just she makes oopsies and she tries not to wake the kids up at 5 o'clock in the morning and things like that, and I just love it. And then Chrissy Teigen, I don't know, apparently she even pronounces her own surname wrong or something like that. Love her stuff on Instagram. Oh, also, one of my favorite American celebrities, just because of how she claps back. My word. That is a woman I do not want to ever tune. And I say, doing my makeup earlier, I now realized why, like, Kim Kardashian doesn't smile that much. I got wrinkles, man, like wrinkles. And my foundation was like, you want us to cover what? So thank God for smoothing and beauty filters on my phone. I'm so appreciative. Okay, so right, I've now kneaded the dough. Please, love, please. Oh, children. Right, I've now kneaded the dough for 10 minutes. Brush a bowl with oil, shape the dough into a ball, place it in the bowl. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so I don't dirty, yet another thing, but seeing as I am the one doing the dishes during this lockdown, because Lee does 29, wait, listen to me, 99% of the cooking, so I'm not too phased about it, but I've used the bowl. I did it yesterday, so it was fine. I'm just going to get my paper towel, like so. And take my sunflower oil into my bowl. I'm literally just going to put like so, probably a bit too much. I'm a bit heavy-handed with oil. Oops. Okay. And I'm just going to take my paper towel and just brush or rub, or I literally only have one pastry brush. Oh, there goes the recipe book. I have one pastry brush, and it belongs to my daughter from a Barbie baking set that her one nana gave her a couple years back. So, right, that is oil. Then just pick the. No, we are not making white chocolate coffee gâteau. No. We are making crusty white bread. Right, so I have oiled my mixing bowl. I have taken my dough and rolled it into as best a ball I can.
Looks like a clam.
Put it sort of in the middle of my bowl, and then what I do is take my dishcloth and again warm water just out the tap. Remember, yeast likes heat, so oh, that's hot. Right. Okay, now I've got my tea towel that I've made wet or damp with warm water, and I'm now going to put it into the oven, which I preheated to 100 degrees just to get heat. It's not off, we're not cooking the dough, we are just proofing it, letting the yeast rise for an hour. So we'll see you in an hour.
Mummy's making more.
Okie dokie, everybody. So it's been an hour, although it's actually just been a split second on the phone. And I've taken it out the oven, but I haven't checked it yet. I want to see what it looks like, because it was warmer than yesterday. So, oh wow, sure. That's quite a difference from yesterday. So you see, heat makes such a difference. There, Maddie. See. So yeah, even though it was warm yesterday and I put the warm tea towel and things like that. Oh, take my glass. It definitely makes such a difference. The warmer your proving environment is. Right, now that I've taken my glasses off, I can't see. Okay, so we need to oil our loaf tin. Generally, I just use spray and cook or any non-stick spray, but yeah, I think I finished it with all my baking yesterday. So it said oil, so I'm just gonna oil butter. It said oil.
You oil the pan, meaning you use butter to spread it around. You can't
Man,
put
they
oil
just
in
think
it.
they know everything, right? Even though the recipe book says something. Alright, so let's just see how far my spray goes, because there's like a little bit left. So let's see. dying from spraying cook inhalation. Why I decided to do that in the kitchen, I don't know. Okay, so my tin is now oiled, sprayed, it's good to go. Hey? Greased. God. Right, so I'm just going to put it to one side because there is one more proofing that has to be done. Now, Lee was telling me that I actually don't have to do it because the yeast is already activated and all of that. But I like to follow a recipe, and I did this yesterday and it came out pretty well. So let's have a look here. Turn the dough out onto a lightly floured work surface and knead for 1 minute until smooth. Right, so we are gonna get our flour out, which one thing I didn't put away, I put everything else away. Gonna get a little bit of flour. So we don't want to knead the dough too much. It literally says for a minute because the yeast has now risen, it's done its thing, it's activated with the sugars. So there's no need to knead it any more than what it has been because you will affect the carbon dioxide,
CO2
the CO2 levels in your dough. So I'm going to take our container. Excuse the kids in the background, but you know, lockdown, homeschool. Oh, that actually came out quite well. The importance of oiling your mixing bowl before proofing your dough. Right, so now we're going to knead it for, oh, it's so light and fluffy, it's amazing.
Not too hard.
I know, not too hard, God almighty. Okay, so just for a minute, just to do your thing, I suppose. I suppose I should actually be showing you what I'm doing, but it's pretty much what I was doing earlier, but just obviously not too hard because we don't want to work all of the CO2 out. So I'm not really timing it, apart from the fact that I can't actually see the timer on there because I'm blind without my glasses, but my glasses were reflecting. So now what we do is, without showing you my bald spot, shape the dough the length of the tin and 3 times the width. I remember mentioning that earlier. So here's my tin. It's a loaf, it's rectangular. So I'm now going to shape my dough the length of something like that. Wasn't very good with shapes. Okay, so one that's it's like long-ish. Okay, now I'm going to pull it to make it be 3 times the width. And again, it doesn't have to be exact, guys. Don't go and get your rulers out and things like that, but the length of your pan and 3 times the width. Okay, so mine doesn't look like a long rectangle at all. It looks like a very weird looking circular type thing. Don't know if you can see, but that's what my dough kind of looks like. Okay, so once we have done that, it says fold the dough into 3 lengthways and place it in the tin with the join underneath. Okay, so 3 lengthways meaning, Lee, can I ask you a favor? Can you bring that? And I want you to try and face it a little bit more to, yeah, cool, just like that. So I'm going to fold it once, fold it twice. So there's 3. So the fold needs to be underneath. The mistake I made yesterday was that I put the fold more on the side when I put it into my pan. Okay, so your fold must be underneath. Okay, so you now do that. And, okay, it's a little bit too long, but into your pan. Okay, just like so. Fold being underneath. Okay, from there, right, thank you very much. You can put that back over there. Awesome. Okay, our next step is cover and leave, can't read today. Cover and leave in a warm place for 30 minutes until it has risen above the rim of the tin. So here we go again. See you in 30 minutes. Right, so it has been another half an hour. Oh, word. That was the dog. that a child obviously stood on. So yeah, let's get it out of the oven where it's been just resting for half an hour and see what it looks like. So yeah, I'm pretty chuffed. I mean, that's just with the thing, the tea towel on. Take it off, and that is what our rested dough looks like. It's like trying to escape the bread pan. Right, so our last step, preheat the oven to 220 degrees Celsius, and for those who are in Fahrenheit, it'll be 425. And I don't know what this is, gas mark 7. I suppose it's if you have a gas oven. I don't know. Bake it in the preheated oven for 30 minutes or until firm and it sounds hollow when tapped on the base. So I'm going to go and preheat the oven to 220. That takes a couple minutes and then we will bake our bread. So I will see you shortly with a baked loaf of bread.